It's pretty easy to feel like once wintertime rolls around that that's the end of the riding season and you have to wait till spring to pull your bike out again. But what if I told you that you can ride in all 4 seasons and do so safely and even actually enjoy your time out on the bike?
We've been riding for 7 years in all 4 seasons, and we're gonna show you what we learned. So it's super important to make sure you're layering your clothing properly for winter riding and also using the correct materials for winter riding, such as a wool base layer and then having a second layer that's bulkier and then having a third layer that's like a shell. So the shell will need to be windproof and waterproof, and you can also add on a extra thing like a vest, which keeps you even extra warm. Wearing a balaclava like this, which I have on, and you can put this up over your head as well, keep your head and your neck warmer. Gloves, these are just regular winter gloves that I'm wearing. You don't have to wear special ones. They also have this little pulley here that keeps out all the air and everything. And then wool socks, waterproof pants or insulated warmer pants. Yeah, everything's tucked in so there's no like air exposure. Regular shoes I got on here, but if my feet get cold, I have something in my bag for that. Feet protectors. So they go right over your shoes, and these aren't any special ones. These are just from Amazon, and they Velcro onto your feet and the back of your heels, and then you can go riding and keep out the wind and the rain and the snow. And then also if your hands get too cold, I have these in my bag too. These are like bar mitts, but they're not actually bar mitts. They're just like off-brand. They go right over your handlebars and they keep your hands nice and toasty and warm, and they actually really do, and I've used them and I love them. I've even used these without gloves on. That's how warm they keep my hands. Oh yeah, and also if you feel like you're still not warm, you can always bring some hot hands in your pocket or in one of your bags, and these will really warm up your hands. You can put these inside your glove, inside your shoes, and they'll keep them warm. Another great option for warming yourself up again are these electronic hand warmers right here. You can get these online. We got these on Amazon. You just recharge them by plugging them in, and they stay good for a really, really long time. And then also they heat up really fast compared to hot hands. So these get hot really, really quickly, and then they're really convenient for whenever you need to warm up a little bit. If you would like to find where we got these electronic hand warmers, you can find the link in the description, as well as everything that we used in this video today will be in the link in the description. Another really important part of winter riding is gear and how you use it. So Nick is going to help you guys with that.
All right, so now that Katie helped you get your clothing dialed in, the next important thing that you'll need to know about is gear. So I think the most important thing when it comes to winter gear is just having backup gear, and then also having a place to put gear when you get a little bit too warm and need to shed some layers. So before you start to sweat, you're gonna wanna make sure you actually remove a layer and put it somewhere, because if you start to sweat, that's creating moisture, and moisture is gonna make the cold 10 times worse. So we have these bags here from Outer Shell, and they are perfect for if you need to take a layer off and maybe stuff one in the Mega Bar bag or stuff one in the half frame bag here. It also enables you the ability to carry extra gear. So if you get caught in the rain and maybe you don't even have a shell when you're heading out for your ride, you can put the shell on, which is really nice, give you that sort of weatherproof protection there. And then also I like to keep an extra pair of gloves just in my frame bag at all times, because the gloves that I use are not waterproof typically. I do have some waterproof gloves as well, but if these get wet or maybe they just get kind of sweaty or gross, I have gloves here, which is also really nice too. If maybe you're going out for a ride and it's not super cold yet, you'll just always have gloves in there, so you'll be ready to go. So another really important thing to keep in mind when heading out for a winter ride is making sure you bring all the proper repair tools. So if you do have a mechanical out on the trail, you'll be prepared for that. So right here, I've got a tube, a tire lever, a little spare chain link. So basically everything that you would need to fix any kind of typical mechanical out on the trail. It's always important to carry tools and repair stuff like tubes, but it's especially important in the wintertime, because if you get trapped out on a trail at maybe 4 o'clock, the sun's going down at 5:30 and you could easily get caught out in the dark. And when it's really cold, it's even more dangerous to get caught out on the trail after dark. So you're gonna wanna be prepared for that. All right, so this is the perfect segue into the next piece of gear that you'll want to make sure you have on your bike, and that is a bike light. So you can use this when it gets dark, and that way if you're stuck out on the trail, you can at least see where you're going. So it's currently hunting season right now in Pennsylvania, which means it's really a great idea to have some bright orange colors on when you're going for a bike ride. We just keep these in our bike bags, and that way if it's a big hunting day and we see a lot of hunters out, we can just simply throw this on and be safe out on the trails.
And some honorable mentions for anyone that cares about their skin or their lips or their hair. You can always tuck your hair into the baklava. Baklava. No, let me do it again. So first you want to tuck your hair into your balaclava, and that will protect your hair. Plus you want to do like a protective hairstyle, which is like a braid. And then that will keep your hair away from the wind and the rain and the snow, and it won't create as much damage on your hair. And then also you want to wear lip gloss or lip chap or Vaseline on your lips. And also you could put Vaseline on your face and sunscreen and anything moisturizing like hyaluronic acid or face moisturizer that helps like cut out the wind burn and the wind irritation on your skin. So that'll help protect your skin and your lips and your hair.
And so a little honorable mention that didn't really fit into the category of clothing or gear is just before you go out for your ride, you can check the weather app to see what the wind chill is going to be, or like the miles per hour of the wind, and then also just see the humidity as well, because those are huge factors beyond just the temperature that it is outside. So if you check those two things, you're going to have a better idea of how to actually prepare for the cold.
Our final tip is to bring a camping stove and some stainless steel water bottles to make a warm drink.
Did any of it go in?
It seems like a lot, but I promise it's worth it. And once you get the warm bottle in your hands, you'll feel nice and cozy and warm again.
So I'm having some Folgers coffee and Katie's having some tea.
All right, cheers.
Cheers. We hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If you have any tips of your own that you could share with the community, definitely drop them down in the comments. It'll be super helpful because, you know, we're just two guys out here and this is our experience, but we'd love to hear exactly how it worked out for you guys and what you found along the way. So be sure to drop a comment.
Hope you guys enjoyed the video. We had fun making it, and we hope you can get out and enjoy winter ride this winter.
To ride this winter.